Imagine being that one idiot that got disappointed because he couldn't find the primary car, so he got this. And now in present day, I can't even find this diecast anymore. Here's Jimmie Johnson's 2010 Lowe's Johns Manville Chevrolet Impala. Howdy folks, it's Diecastbuffet here, and with a awesome, I'm talking freaking awesome 2010 Jimmie Johnson Lowe's Johns Manville Chevrolet Impala. Yeah, this is a very particular diecast for sure. So this is the primary paint scheme for 2010, but with a weird, I would say, side sponsor. You know, you've seen those like Stewart Haas cars where it says like Rush Truck Centers here and it has like Mobil 1 or something cuckoo on the side. This car ran at New Hampshire back in 2010. I don't think anywhere else, but this is a very, honestly, it's a quite uncommon diecast, and I would even label it as rare. I remember picking this car up back in like 2013 or 2014, and it was the only Jimmie Johnson car around like $10. So I picked it up, and I was like, man, I want the normal primary car. The only one they have is this. Well, sure enough, I got this, and then down the road, I got the actual primary car as the value went down. But sure enough, this thing got super rare. Maybe not super rare, but I tell you what, I don't know how much this car is truly worth, but I can't ever find it online, so it has to be worth, I'd imagine, something. So without further ado, let's go and get this 2010 Jimmie Johnson Lowe's Johns Manville Chevrolet Impala right out of the box. Alrighty folks, right out of that good old box, and whoa! This is a stunning looking paint scheme. You know, back in 2010, he ran this paint scheme. And I gotta say, it is such a underrated Jimmie Johnson paint scheme. You know, a lot of people talk about the early 2000s Jimmie Johnson car, the mid-2010s, you know, the blue and the silver. But I tell you what, the blue and the whites look very good. Just like the 2010 DuPont car. This does have a metallic paint job. You can see some of, like a little bit of a metallic sparkle on the whites. Which is quite interesting because the car is painted blue, so the white decaling, it has like this very slight sparkle texture to it, which is very interesting, honestly. I gotta say, this is a very cool looking diecast, nonetheless. So back in 2010, this guy was freaking NASCAR, of course, besides Earnhardt. But I mean, just that white sparkle texture on the decals. Again, the car is painted blue. It's remarkable how they were able to get that type of quality paint or decal back in the day. And of course, you know, this freaking diecast, guys, it reminds me so much of the 07 Dale Earnhardt Jr., how it has that kind of metallic-esque white paint. So I got Lowe's right there. It's a little bit skewy. Got the Impala decal right there. The Chevrolet bow tie decal is a little bit skewy, but I gotta say, folks, the 2010 Chevrolet Impalas are absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that front end, the three-dimensional piece here, the three-dimensional piece here. The nose, a little bit, I wouldn't say bulky, but it just something about it. I feel like there's a big old engine underneath the hood. That's what it looks like. You got a crap load of contingencies here. You got, of course, the 48. You got Hendrick Motorsports, Goodyear Gatorback belt, Smooth Mail Comp, and a Rock Sunoco Rebestos JE. You got a Dayglow. I'm talking Dayglow splitter. Very sharp. You got the Dayglow 48 right there. And you go to the side of this car, and just something about this whole paint scheme. It's so simple. It's so freaking beautiful as well. I mean, look at that blue. The dark, deep blue. Look at that. That is stunning. That very thin red line that kind of separates the metallic-esque white-looking paint. Very cool. Of course, you got Johns Manville fiberglass insulation. I'm guessing that's what it is, some type of fiberglass brand. This car was ran at New Hampshire in 2010. I don't think it ran anywhere else, but it was like an oddity Jimmie Johnson diecast, because I wanted the normal Lowe's car, Lowe's on the hood, Lowe's on the side, because I wanted to get the primary car, right? And this is back in like 2013, 2014, but they only had this car, and it was about $10. I can't find this diecast to save my life nowadays. It's crazy. Of course, you got Top Choice lumber products there. You got BeTheMatch.org. Of course, you got the Jimmie Johnson signature, very sharp. This is when he won his 5th consecutive championship, something no one has ever done in NASCAR history. You got National Guard. I really can't read that one there. I don't know why. Got Bosch Simeons, I think that is, Freightliner, and Hendrick Motorsports. Quaker State, back when they used to sponsor them. You do have a little bit of a decal tear or scratch. Actually, yeah, the blue is the paint, so that has to be a scratch or something there, those little portions. That's actually quite interesting, unless the top part of the car is decaled. I don't think it is. I think the whole car is shot blue, so that's really interesting to see a scratch like that. Of course, you got NASCAR race car there. You got Sprint Cup Series, Jegs, Tissot, USG 3M, Mechanics Wear, Holly, and then you got a very screwed up Goodyear logo. That classic 48, though, I'm telling you, man, that is nostalgia. Whoa, check out the back end on this freaking car, guys. This is a beautiful looking race car. So you got the Lowe'S back panel here, and I just love how the paint scheme just flows, right? Just a simple little stripe that shoots up, goes to this sharp Gen 5 back bumper, and it just cuts down. It's like a tailgate. It just cuts down, or like a Tetris block, and it just cuts back up. But within that, you have the Lowe's logo, and it's kind of hanging low, too. Imagine that. I love the bow tie. Emblem back here looks very, very attractive on the back end of this car. You got the Quaker State logo once again, the Dayglow 48. And look how close they got the decal wrap underneath that little bitty spoiler. Great job there, guys. Very, very great job. Obviously, there's no winglet sponsors here. This car was ran in the summer of 2010, way past when they started using what I like to call the 2011 variants spoilers. They were much more like a traditional spoiler rather than a freaking wing on the back end of these cars. Holy moly. So go over to the right side of this diecast, and I just freaking love it, man. I really do. This is a beautiful freaking diecast. Just the blue, the white, the red, the day glow. And this was, like I said, this is such an uncommon diecast nowadays. You just don't see this race car anymore. And it's so weird how a diecast I didn't really even want that much back in the day has dried up so much. I don't know the production numbers. I don't know the nitty-gritty. But what I will say is that this is a very beautiful diecast. And if you thought the blue looked good on camera, I tell you what, off camera, it's probably twice as good. You go over to the roof of the car, that traditional Gen 5 cabin there. You got the 48s, no goofy sponsor logos. Really like that. I just love that 48 font, honestly. I just something about it, man. Looks very good. And of course, you go over to the deck lid of this diecast. You got the JM Johns Mansville fiberglass insulation. So I'm assuming they had some type of partnership with Lowe's back in the day, and that's why this diecast was made. But I tell you what, though, beautiful freaking diecast. Nonetheless, this is a stunning looking race car, guys. And I mean, wow. I mean, could you imagine seeing this thing just turn laps in qualifying? I mean, how fast this thing would look. Beautiful, beautiful diecast. And which one of Jimmie Johnson's 5 consecutive championships, which paint scheme is your favorite one? The 06, the 07, 08, 09, 10? Honestly, I like the, I don't know. Because the 2006 and the 07 paint schemes are so similar, but my favorite paint scheme all time for Jimmie Johnson, it's his 2002/2003 primaries. I just, that's nostalgia for me. That's what I grew up with. But the 2010 Lowe's paint scheme is pretty tough to beat. I like the blue and silver or blue and white combinations more than the blue and the black with the Dayglow circles and spaghetti noodles all over the car that he did back in like an 06. But either ways, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Helps out the channel tremendously. And I hope you're having a great day out there. Honestly, I really appreciate those who watch my videos. Definitely means a lot to me, and I honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Hope you're having a great one out there. Stay humble. Diecastbuffet signing off, mate.